Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Taurus Labs presentation. Okay. Today, the agenda of this meeting is basically to demonstrate the usage of Taurus network with Solana. We are sponsoring this hackathon, and then we have a prize whose details will be shared later. Okay. And yeah, let me just walk you through what Taurus is about, and then how to integrate Taurus, and then how you can get that silky smooth UX in your dApp using Taurus. Okay. So I'll go through the demo at a later stage right now. Okay. And in the meantime, let me just talk to you about what the hackathon prize is. Okay, so the hackathon prize is 2,000 USDC, and the application with the best user experience on Solana, which is built with Taurus, basically will be chosen the prize. Okay, will be given the prize, and it's pretty straightforward. Okay, you can build any application in targeting any use case, and then what matters for our prize is basically just UX. Okay, usually Taurus provides you the most unobtrusive and most intuitive user experience. So the best way, if you can showcase that UX, basically will guarantee you the price. As simple as that. Okay. Coming to how Taurus works. So Taurus basically has multiple products. Direct Auth is one of the products. The company Taurus mainly focuses on distributed key generation. Okay, so the way it works is, let's say you have a private key, right? Okay, and Taurus basically has a bunch of nodes, and then your private key is basically split across all of the nodes on the network. And then when you log in with a OAuth provider, let's say Google, okay, Taurus communicates with Google to verify your identity, and then each one of the Taurus nodes basically returns you the private key share. Okay, so that way your private key entirely is only reconstructed in the front end, and then it basically allows you to have non-custodial storage of your private keys. Okay, that's very high level of how Taurus works. Okay, and coming to Direct Auth, right? So Direct Auth is just so one of the products of one of the products which uses Direct Auth is the Taurus Wallet. Okay, all of you must have seen Taurus Wallet, which is a Ethereum-based wallet actually. Apart from that, the way Direct Auth simplifies your user flow is, let's say if there's a user, okay, who wants to sign into a dApp, okay, so the dApp can basically simply trigger the sign in, okay, which basically shows the sign in modal, or you can just directly trigger any one of the myriad of auth providers which you choose to have, and then once the user clicks on sign in, it basically redirects him to the Google login page, and then once the user does the Google login, he'll redirect back with the ID token, and we basically give that ID token onto the Taurus network. Taurus network basically verifies against Google that you are the user who you are, and each one of the nodes basically gives back the share which it holds, and then your dApp will basically get the private key assembled on the front end, and then as a user, you are technically logged in using Direct Auth. Okay, so Direct Auth is pretty straightforward in terms of integration. Okay, it just doesn't take too long. The first step is basically to register on our developer portal. Okay, so this is a developer portal for Direct Auth, and let me just log out here so that I can log back in and show you. Okay, so once you log out, you basically once you start with the Direct Auth page, you'll be greeted with the developer portal. So this developer portal internally uses direct auth, actually, Torus wallet with direct auth. And I just sign in with one of my Google accounts, and then yeah, you can see that I'm logged in. Okay, so at this point, first you create a verifier. Okay, so a verifier is basically a unique identifier on the Torus network, which allows you to scope your private keys to that. Okay, so let's say I have a Google OAuth client. Okay, so for all of the private keys on the Torus network are scoped to an OAuth provider. Okay, so a verifier is that unique string which scopes your OAuth provider to that. Okay, so let's say this is my Google account, and then console.developers.google.com, you can create one. So the way you create a OAuth provider is basically you just go here, and then you can just click on create credential for a OAuth client ID, and then you select the application type of web, and then you authorize, you add a origin, you add a redirect URI, okay, so on and so forth. Let's say, let me just add example.com, and then, yeah, I mean, HTTPS example.com, and then, yeah, HTTPS, let's say, yeah, let's use localhost, so localhost 3000/redirect, I can just use that, and then I can just create a OAuth client. Okay, at this point, you need to copy your client ID, and let's say your client secret is not necessary with Torus, but yeah, you should copy your client ID and the client secret. You can now go to the Torus Torus developer dashboard, and then you can enter a unique verifier. Okay, ideally, it's like, let's say your example Torus direct Google, yeah, whatever. So, and you can choose the verifier type of Google, and then you can enter the client ID, which I just copied. And then once you click create, it basically deploys the verifier on Torus network. Currently, I was just selecting testnet. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes for the verifier to get deployed. So once it's deployed, it basically looks like this. The status will be live. And then this is the code which you need to copy paste into your application. Okay. So now that you have the verifier, okay, you just need to, let me show you a sample example, okay? So this is a sample React application which we have. The code for this is on GitHub at Torus Solana example, okay? These details will be shared with you guys post the call, by the way. Yeah, and the simplest, so the direct auth integration is like very simple. First, you on component mount, or however, you basically define a Torus Direct SDK, you define your base URL. Usually this is where you host your app, and then the network has the testnet or mainnet. So this network is basically the Torus network which you're targeting. Okay, Torus basically has two networks, which are testnet and mainnet. Testnet is used for development and testing purposes, and then mainnet is used for your production apps. Okay, and then you do Torus Direct SDK.init, and then I just set it on state. And when the user clicks on the login button, basically you just trigger login with the client ID parameters, and then you get back a login details with a private key. So this is a SEPC256K1 key, but Solana uses ED25519 keys. Okay, so you can just use this as a seed, and then you can get back a secret key, and now you can create a Solana account object using that private key. Okay, so a simple demo of this would be here. Okay, so let's say I have this application. Okay, let's say I want to log in with Google, and I want to target the Solana testnet. Okay, I simply log in with Google. I select one of the accounts, and then boom, you have the public address and private key from direct auth. Okay, and this private key can be used to create the Solana secret key. So this is my Solana secret key here. Okay, that's pretty much what you need to do. Okay, that's the easiest integration possible. Okay, now if I change to network, and then the account will also change and all. Okay, because that's the simplest integration for direct auth using Torus. Okay, so you always start with the OAuth provider. Okay, for now I just showed you an example of Google. You can also have proxy verifiers, like let's say You can have Apple login, email password login, GitHub, Kakao login, Line, LinkedIn, okay, passwordless, SMS login, Twitter, okay, WebAuthn, WeChat, and Weibo, okay, multiple types of logins using a proxy provider called as Auth0. You can also have Cognito or Okta or any other Auth2 provider which you can think of. All of them are supported. And then you just basically take these client ID details onto the Taurus developer dashboard, and then you can deploy the type of verifier. Let's say one of the most famous ones is like Twitter, right? You can just select Twitter. So in case of Twitter, you would use a proxy verifier. So in case of Auth0, that domain would be, that domain would be taurus-test.auth0.com. Okay, where can I quickly see that? Yeah, custom domains. Yes, custom domains. Okay, I already have a custom domain. I know this. So if your account name is taurus-test, then your domain will be taurus-test.auth0.com. Okay, usually you can find that in going to any one of the applications, and then you can just endpoints. Yeah, so taurus-test.auth0.com. Okay, this is your domain usually. Okay, so you just paste that here, and then get the verifier deployed. Okay, once your verifier is deployed, you basically use the sample code which we have on this example, or on Solana break example over here. Okay, you can use either of them, and then wallet page, I think, yeah, setup page, and then you can use either this code or the code on the other example which you have in order to create a Solana account, and then you can proceed with building your app. Okay, so if you guys want more information about how direct auth works and all, feel free to look at our documentation. It is pretty straightforward, and yeah, let me just continue the presentation. So Taurus, I already told you like how Taurus works. You can have the way it works is we use Shamir secret sharing in order to split your private key into multiple parts and then reassemble them using Lagrange interpolation. So more details about that can be found in the Taurus documentation at multiple places regarding here how Taurus works. Okay, so this section goes in depth on how the Taurus works basically. Okay, so yeah, you have the Taurus nodes. Basically, they run a Tendermint Byzantine DFT layer, and then they have authentication verifiers which authenticate the user. And then once an authentication request comes in, let's say like you're logging in Google, and then Google is the authenticator. They provide you a token. The token is basically provided to the Taurus network. Taurus network basically interacts with the node list which is present on a smart contract, and then basically returns you back the each share which the nodes hold, and then it's assembled on the iframe. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, you can basically go through all of it here. If you have any more questions, you can always reach out to us. We have a developer chat, and we have it's available on t.me/taurus-dev. Okay, these are developer group. So you can always reach out to us here, and then you'll be able to, get any support whatever you want. We'll be pretty responsive. So I already went through the steps for Taurus integration. First, you generate your auth to client ID, which I just showed, and then you go to Taurus developer portal to register. You create a workspace, and then you generate your verifier ID with the auth client ID. And then you also have a example here, Taurus Solana example, which I just showed the code and also talked about. That's pretty much it. Okay, to be honest, Taurus integration is like the easiest possible thing, and yeah, you basically get all the benefits of decentralization and distributed key generation with just a few lines of code. Okay, that's it. What do I need to do next? Right. All right. Yeah, I think that sounds good enough. Yeah. Please feel free to reach out to us on the Telegram dev chat, where we are most responsive. Okay, and I'm looking forward to many people integrating. Yeah. Yeah.